Hey folks, Landstryder here, and you're watching episode 47 in season 3 of my Nightmare series. I'm in the Crash Landing mod pack by Iskander. This pack's available on the Feed the Beast launcher. Don't forget to check out Iskander's website for all things Crash related. So, it's been a while since I've made a Crash Landing episode. I was on vacation enjoying myself down in Myrtle Beach. But it's time to get back to doing some Crash related stuff. So, first thing I wanted to do was to mention that we did a very slight configuration fix that fixes a little bit of a problem. It's a known bug with the 1.1.2 and 1.2.1 versions of the map, and pretty much anything prior. Well, anything that uses the special mobs config. So in special mobs, there's a setting that sets it basically so that all mobs that spawn become special mobs if the setting is true. And if that is true, then skeletons are all the special mob skeletons, and they won't drop bones. Well, they'll drop regular bones, but they won't drop the the withered skeletons will not drop the withered bones. If we look at bones in here, but you can see that I've gotten a few necrotic bones. Now, the way to fix that is to go into the special mobs config and find the line that says force, I think it's force all vanilla to be special or something like that. Something like that. But anyway, you got to change that one from true to false, and that will allow the vanilla mobs that spawn to remain vanilla mobs, remain vanilla skeletons. And then, when you turn those into withered skeletons with the witch water, they will start to drop the necrotic bones again. So you have to have a vanilla skeleton, and you have to have it drop and then turn it into a wither skeleton using the witch water technique. So I'm going to be using the witch water here. And one of the things I had to do is the skeleton that I did have in a net was a special mob skeleton. So I had to go collect a new skeleton. The skeleton I have in here right now is this basic standard vanilla skeleton. So if you're using a net and you have a skeleton from before fixing the configuration file, you'll want to make sure and update or release that one and go and find one that's a vanilla. Now, the way that you can tell whether they're vanilla or they're special mobs is if you get close enough to it, it'll say in the description of the mob whether or not it's a vanilla or special mobs mob. So the way I've been doing this is, first, I don't want the grinder to kill them, so I'm going to take a switch out and just put that on top of the grinder and go ahead and turn the grinder, basically turn the grinder off. The switch is on. Whenever the grinder is receiving a redstone signal, it won't work. So we're looking here. The idle bar is not timing down at all. So now I have my vanilla skeleton in a net in here, and I'm ready to go. And I can close this back up, and it's daytime, so I'm good there. Don't have to worry about other mobs piling up outside while I'm doing this. And now I can flip this switch on. It'll close up, so we got nice and we got a nice dark room, and I just wait for some skeletons. Alright, now that some skeletons have started spawning, you can see these are going to be all vanilla skeletons. If I look at one of them, there we go. See skeleton, see the bottom where it says Minecraft? That means it's a vanilla skeleton. And since it's a vanilla skeleton in the net, all the ones that spawn off of that net are going to be the vanilla style. They're going to be the traditional skeleton with the arrow. Oh, actually, look, there's one that's not. So, okay, maybe a few of them are going to end up being the special ones. See, that one says special mobs. Oh. And they're starting to kill each other. So I'm going to go ahead and turn them all into wither skeletons. And then I'm going to come over here and start killing them. That's what I have this little hole here for, so I can get down in here and kill a few of them by hand. I don't know if the grinder will actually give me the things that I need. And since they want to catch me on fire, I'm going to go ahead and drink one of my potions. There we go. Let's go ahead and give them a little more witch water. And go ahead, get in there again, kill a few of them. So there's a few necrotic bones in there, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn off that. I'm gonna go ahead and because I don't know if I can get necrotic bones off the grinder. I should be able to get some necrotic bones in the grinder, but I'm gonna turn the grinder on and let it clear them guys out. And it'll take a moment because it has to idle all the way down from the 200 ticks. So there it goes. I'm gonna start clearing them guys out for me. And as soon as they are all cleared out, I can go ahead and open up my window and then jump out here and collect all the loot from when I was killing stuff. So I should have got, I got a couple wither skeletons. This is a good way to get your wither skeleton skulls for spawning the wither, if you're going to be using that, and some necrotic bones. Okay, now that I'm done with collecting the necrotic bones, I'm going to go ahead and remove this switch, close this back up so I don't have mobs coming in my base, and go and craft up a few of what I was actually looking to get was the heart canisters to improve my overall health. So that's what I'm really after. So I'm going to go ahead and toss those in there. I should have a few, just a few. I have 3 miniature red hearts that I've been able to collect from killing stuff in the past. And maybe I found some in some chest loot in the city. I don't know where I got those exactly, but it looks like I need to make a few jeweled apples. So I have plenty of diamonds and apples in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and make myself up 3 since I only have 3 miniature red hearts to process right now. And I should have the canisters. The necrotic bones should already be in there. There we go. And let's see. Oh yeah, I gotta flip over to here and put those in. There we go. So there we go. Now I got 3 more hearts to fill up, and you can see down there I already had 1 from. I think that was from the quest. Yeah, that was from a quest turn in from a long bit ago. So there we go. That's how we get the heart canisters now. And like I said, you have to do a configuration fix. It's a known bug. It's going to be fixed in 1.1.3. This Candor is aware of it, so it will be fixed in future releases. But if you want it to work in your 1.1.2 version of the pack, you got to make sure you go in and fix that configuration file. So I just wanted to explain that that's what we did, and if you're having a hard time getting the necrotic bones, that is why, because you need vanilla skeletons in order to turn them into the vanilla style wither skeletons, and then you can get the necrotic bone drops off of them. Okay, so moving right along, now that I got those set up, the next thing I wanted to do is I wanted to show you guys exactly how I set up the subway station. So we're gonna take some stuff and we're gonna go to the subway station and get another one of those set up. So I'm gonna need some item conduits. Let's make sure I have a few of those. I have a few of those. There's 5 there. Let's see, do I have any more in here? I do. I have a bunch of item conduits there. That's good. There should already be a hopper dispenser. That stuff should be there. I think everything else is there. Let's see here. I think all I need to do is set up the item conduit. So let me go down to the rail station, and I'm going to ride into the city, the main subway. And when I'm there, I will be right back. Oh, something else you may notice I changed a little bit on the rail station here is I have put down the concrete underneath the rail. You can see that kind of as I'm going by. What that has allowed me to do is remove about half of my powered rails, so I don't have to use quite as many powered rails. Not 100% sure that I move faster. It feels like I'm moving faster on the concrete like this, but it definitely lets you use less powered rails. So there's that. So anyway, I'll be back in a moment when I get to the main station. Okay, so here I am back at the main station. I've taken a quick nap to get the daylight back out and make sure that I don't have too many mobs coming down into the subway station chasing me. Looks like there's still a zombie up there on the surface, but it'll be alright. One of the things that I thought was a good idea that Nemsum pointed out to me is putting something on top of these cactus in order to prevent them from growing, for one, but it also prevents me from bumping into them, which is really nice. Really nice, so I don't have to worry about taking damage on these cactus anymore. That's a good thing. So what I want to do is I've gotten a bit of a rail set up down towards Palindrome's place, so I want to go ahead and hook up her dispenser here to the hopper over here. And all I need to do for that's basically going to finish it off. I've already got the passenger drop-off rail is already in place, and all the other bits and pieces are pretty much in place, ready to go. The only thing left to do is to connect the hopper there over to the dispenser. So all I need to do is go down under here. I'm going to do this underneath. Yeah. Do it like this, and so remove some dust here. Hopefully I have the dust vacuum part of my thing turned off right now. It looks like I do. Okay, that's good. This this shovel is just way OP for moving stuff around. Okay, that one's already connected. Looks like I've already connected Lord Raccoon's. So his should be working. All he needs to do is put some rails down, which he doesn't look like anybody's been putting rails down over that way yet. Okay, so fill that one back in. I need to get underneath that one. Perfect. Okay. Temporarily remove that. I'm going to go ahead and there we go. All I need to do now is run some item conduit over to there. And one of the things I need to probably do is, yeah, see over there where it's connected to my item conduit, I don't want to do that. I want to hit that so that it doesn't connect. There we go. Unconnected from over to there. Now I also don't want this connection, so I'm going to remove that connection. And there we go. I'll just run this over here. And then now all I need to do is set that one. Now I can't quite get to the thing because of the bounding blocks of the hopper. So if we remember, the way to get to that without having to dig out underneath is to go ahead and pull out the conduit probe. If I get the conduit probe out and shift click on it, there we go. It'll show me that, and I want it to, I do want this one to extract, but I want it to extract without a redstone signal. Now over here, this one where it goes into the hopper, I want to open that one up and tell it to be in insertion mode. So now we can see that it already moved. There was a cart in this hopper and it moved it over into the dispenser. So perfect. Now all I need to do is get up out of here without breaking a bunch of stuff. Okay, there we go. And put all of these blocks back, and then I can go ahead and show you how this, I think you've seen how it already worked. Oops, I didn't put this block actually needs to be the vent. Yeah. Just for consistency all the way around. There we go. All fixed up. And now we're looking good. So now when I push this button, it should dispense a cart and push me down the rail. Good. Good. I don't really want to go all the way. Oh, there it goes. Come back here. It should stop. Yeah, there it goes. I want to go that way. And when I come back up into the station, it should drop me off and go ahead and take the cart back in and end up back in the dispenser. There it goes. Drop me off over here. It's interesting. But the cart did go back into the hopper and ended up back in the dispenser. And ready to go again. So there we go. That's all there is to how this end of the station works. I think I've showed how the other end of the station works before in a previous video, but I wanted to show these off and show you how to do that. So anyway, back to my base, I think. Yeah, back to my base now. And I'll be back in a moment when I'm at the base. Okay, I'm back at the base, and let's see, what else have I done? I don't know. I think I showed it on camera, but I'm going to go ahead and show you one more time what I've been doing over here with the inventory manager that does my auto refilling and stuff. So if we look in here under the filler category, I now have a camel refill. That's the old one. That one's the one that does my wireless water. The ammo reloading. I now have automated fire pots, automated fire potions, always. So I always have one fire potion in my inventory, so I can go ahead and beat the heat anytime I want. And when I drink this, it'll go ahead and give me the thing, and it'll put another fire potion back in my inventory. So that's a really great thing. And then automated food. So that what that one does is make sure that I always have at least one delighted meal in my inventory at all times. And the way that I accomplished that was to go ahead and connect this chest to the ME system. You can see right here it has a storage bus connected to it. This storage bus is set to extract only. So it only pulls stuff out of this. It won't ever put anything in here, so it won't accidentally fill up with junk from the ME system or anything like that. So now the only problem with that is I got to be careful never to use any of those cooking utensils in the ME system, which I should never need to do because I don't do any cooking now, because the Magic Chef takes care of all of that for me. And between the Magic Chef and now the aerial interface connected up all the way up to the applied energistic system, I don't have to worry about food ever. It's always right there available in my inventory, and that is accomplished via this interface right here. You see it keeps one potion, a hearty breakfast, and a delighted meal. And I'm not really doing anything with the hearty breakfast, but there it is. In case I wanted to automatically do that, I can use that to automatically keep a breakfast in my inventory as well. So, but I found out that when you have the feast level meals, you really don't need to eat anything else, because by the time you eat like the third meal, the first one's already fallen off of your recently eaten list. So basically you can just continuously eat delighted meals, hearty breakfast, supreme pizza, whatever you like out of those feast level foods, and you don't really have to rotate when you get to that level at that point anymore. So yeah, I'm just working with the delighted meals only. So you can see that that one totally fills up 8 of your haunches. Hey, 8? Yeah, 8 haunches, and completely fills your saturation bar. So no need for anything other than those, in my opinion. Those are the ones I went with. Those ones I like, because it reminds me of a Whopper meal from Burger King. Yummy. Moving along, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to show you guys. Oh, I guess there is one more thing to take a quick look at. Shane's moved in pretty well. You can see he's made himself a home a little over here, and he's been working on more designs for city buildings and stuff like that. He's trying to figure out how to repopulate the planet, and I think I might be going to try and help him. I'm going to try to bring back Lisa. We'll see how that goes in the next episode, but I have a plan. I'm going to execute some of that between episodes, and you guys will get to see the results next time in the next episode to see if I can manage to bring Lisa back. Hope it goes well, because he seemed to be really distraught about losing Lisa. So we're gonna see if we can't get her back. Yeah. So what else? What else can we do? I mean, that's pretty much it. Pretty much all of the updates, little things that I did here and there. I added a bunch of auto crafting to the assembler. Added a whole bunch more recipes and things like that. So now I can automatically craft upgrades for these barrels in case some of them get filled. I can automatically craft travel anchors now. So I have an extra travel anchor now, a few more around the base. So I put one up over there so I can come over here in case I needed to. Basically that's so I can get to these the tool forge real easy, because I might need to use that for something. Yeah, I already did all that auto crafting for that, showed all that. I haven't added any more recipes to this yet. It still just does the potions of fire resistance and potions of swiftness. Those are the most useful ones to me. I think that if I needed to do a whole bunch of I don't need a whole bunch of what am I trying to say? I don't need a whole bunch of the magnum torches, really. I have a few, and that's good enough. I might be going to collect those ones that I left in the deep dark, and I haven't been doing any exploration over there because basically in the newer versions of the pack you're not supposed to be able to get over there, so I've just kind of been leaving that out. I have not explored over there and stuff. Oh yeah, one other thing I wanted to get a little bit of a start on today is I want to get ready to do the laser drill. So yeah, that's something I definitely want to do. So if we look at, I don't think I have anything for that, but just yet. But we need to make a laser drill, which is going to require some PRC LX500 chips to make the actual laser drill itself. Some hardened glass, some glowstone, some other stuff. Do we need? What do we need? Okay, yeah, we still need pink slime for the pre-chargers. So I'm going to have to get some pink slime. That's not a big deal. I'm going to need some 300 circuits for that. So I can go ahead and tell my system right now to go ahead and make me those circuits. So if I need, well, I need 2 of these. Go ahead and tell it to make 2 of those. And then I'm going to need how many of the 300s for the pre-chargers? Is it just 1 per pre-charger? It was just 1 per pre-charger. So if I tell the system, and okay, it's already up to a 300, and it should be able to make everything for this. Let's double check. Okay, it's in the process of producing the capacitors and transistors in there right now. I did do a really awesome setup with a better automation of this chamber where you don't have to use these interfaces at all. I did that over. I helped Lord Raccoon get that set up at his base. So if you want to see that setup where it uses Steve's Factory Manager to completely automate this without having to use the interfaces at all. So you can just basically, it pushes stuff in, pulls things out without losing any pressure at all. It's really cool. I thought about setting it up over here, but my system is already set up. It works. It's not using any kind of special mechanics or anything like that. I kind of just figure that since it's already set up and working and all programmed, everything does what it needs to do, that I wasn't going to change it at this point. If you really like to see me switch this over, go ahead and let me know in the comments, and maybe I will. But right now it's working just fine, so I don't want to fix what's not broken. So yeah, it's making all kinds of parts right now, trying to get this built. So if we look back in here, and it's also gonna, what I probably should do is tell it to go ahead, and make a bunch of capacitors and transistors. So if I tell it to just make maybe 30 of those, and go ahead and tell it to make another 30 of these, that'll shorten the length on making those circuits in the future, because it'll have those on hand. Otherwise, then it doesn't have to wait for this machine to, to input stuff and output stuff. And I hear mobs getting blown up in the chamber up there. That's okay though. So no worries. No damage is done when you hear those explosions most of the time. It's just all going on in here. Oh, I see. I left the witch water out. That's probably not a good thing. Oh, I know what happened. The chunk unloaded. I've been having a little bit of problem because of the way these chunks are laid out. If we take a quick look at that, where is it? F9? No, F7. How about F6? There it is. It's F6 in this pack. You can see I kind of have this split up between a bunch of different chunks. And when I travel to the city and come back, it kind of loads and unloads these weirdly, and it kind of messes with my whole. You see now that my thing's messed up again. Yeah, so I've got to do something about that. And I think the best way to fix that is probably going to be to get this chunk over here force loaded, the one that this part of the stuff is in, and possibly even force load the the one that's out there. So yeah, so I'll have to go back through and fix this again. So it happens every now and then, like when I travel to the city and come back, because this area becomes unloaded partially unloaded. The other alternative thing I could do would be to replace the whole Tinker's Construct wireless redstone and put in all redstone from Ender.io, which would definitely solve the issue. I'm not sure what do you think, guys? Should I just fix it with Ender.io, or should I load extra chunks? I think it would probably be nicer to the other people on the server if I just fixed it with Ender.io. So probably going to end up doing that. So expect that change between this episode and next. But and I don't think I'm going to have time to get this laser drill really fully implemented, because it's going to take a little while. Why does it say I need iron? I need iron? Well, that's not a problem. Look at all these blocks of iron that I have in here. No problem there. I need to teach it to be able to turn those blocks into ingots as necessary, apparently. So that's something else I need to add to the ME system, to the big mass fabricator thing down there in the basement, is all the recipes to turn all the blocks, because you remember all this is always giving me blocks of metal. Turn all those blocks into ingots for use in recipes and stuff. Especially iron. That's probably the most important one, because it's going to get used up quite a bit, making all this stuff. Let's see, we'll make a few more ingots here, because that's not gonna last all that long as I'm crafting. So the other thing I need to do to get the pink slime ready to go for that laser, and I'll put the laser together in the next episode, and I will probably also be focusing on building a turbine at that point, because a full laser is going to require about 20,000 RF, and my reactor down here does put out a good amount of RF. It puts out 12,500-ish RF, but that's not enough for a full laser. A full laser is going to take that 20,000, so I'm going to have to convert this over into using turbines and stuff like that if I want to be able to use the full laser, the full power into the laser anyway. So gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to make some Tesseracts probably. I think I'm gonna use Tesseracts and not the Ender.io version, because Tesseracts are actually more powerful than the Ender.io version. They don't use up energy to transmit energy. They don't require power in order to transmit items and stuff like that. So they are actually more OP. So I will be using the Tesseracts for that. So I'm going to set this up to be able to build those. Remember, I actually have that pre-programmed somewhat down this direction. Looks like I left some destabilized redstone in there. Oh, apparently it needed to do something. Oh, is it sitting up here waiting for something? It is. Fluxed electrum. So that's something I don't think I have programmed in here. There's some electrum. Actually, there's some electrum blend in here right now. It didn't manage to get over into the right place. So if I go ahead and put that in there, we'll go ahead, yeah, it'll go ahead and use that up. So the system got a little confused, and I had to interact with it a bit in order to get it to move forward on whatever it was trying to do. So I'm going to have to debug that later. Is it still working towards doing that? Kind of. Still messing up. I think that flux electrum is probably sitting in a chest underneath here. Possibly because I didn't whitelist it. Oops. That's right. I forgot that this is all down here now. Can I get up in there? I think I can get up in there. Go ahead and break a couple of these blocks out right here. Oh, that's a conduit cover. But I need to get over to that chest. Actually, I need to get... Where is it I need to get? I need to open that chest right there. Can I get it? Yeah, okay. Nothing in the chest, so it ended up someplace. Where did it end up instead? That's the question. So I come up here and look. This is the hard part, where you gotta start troubleshooting all this stuff back in all these weird places. So if I look in here, and that's there. Okay, showing me the energy. I need to look at this. The Electrum blend is whitelisted. So is sandstone and all this other stuff. It should have went in there. Unless it's finding a closer location for it to end up in. That might be the problem. So what I might need to do is put that on sticky mode. So if I take this and I set this to now be sticky mode, these items will always go into there before they go anywhere else. Whoops, keep falling down through there. Let's fix that hole before I fall through it again. There we go. And cover up this conduit again because I didn't really need that open. So yeah, so that's what's happening with the Electrum. So if we get the Electrum blend back out of here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's sitting there waiting for the next thing. Let's throw 2 Electrum blend in there. And in a moment that'll work its way up and it'll end up over here in a second. There we go. That worked, and now it's sent the next 2 Electrum blend in, and they managed to get to the right place. So that's all fixed. Okay, so just a little bit of troubleshooting need to be done there, and that's taken care of. So yeah, I think next episode I'm going to be putting together a turbine and finishing up the laser drill. It's going to go way up there in the sky, up there like way high, way high. So it's going to pretty much be the same setup that I used in my Aquarian Skies, I believe, as far as the actual layout of the drill and all of the power transmission and everything like that, and item back transmission stuff. Anyway, so guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure and leave a like, comment, thumbs up, and all that other fun stuff. If you didn't, go ahead and let me know how you feel I could do better next time. So till then, I will catch you later.